stopper on the file more or less to 19 millimeters. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Next step, I'm gonna go inside the root canal, and remember, right to left, quarter turn motion, apical pressure, and a little bit out. Right to left, apical pressure. As we make the apical pressure, the file is gonna advance inside the root canal, and then we're gonna come out a little bit. Again, in larger canals, probably a number 10 file is too small, so probably you need to do a number 15 or 20, all depends. In this case, this plastic canal is very, very small. So this is what I do. I go quarter turn motion, right, left, apical pressure, and a little bit out. Again, I go back in, a little bit out. Again, I go back in, until I go to what I think is gonna be the right length of the root canal. At this moment, if I was able to take with the number 10 file, to length, then I'm gonna go and switch to number 15, okay, number 15 file. So again, I'm gonna take the 15 file inside the root canal, and I'm gonna do, I feel more resistant with this one. So I go right, left, out, right, left, out. When you're doing the right and left motion, at the same time you are doing apical pressure. That will allow the file to advance inside the root canal. So if I can reach to the same length, in this case, let's say 19 millimeters, well, with the number 15 file, right now I'm gonna go ahead and take the working length radiograph. Are you following me? Yes? Okay. So let's say that we have taken the radiograph, and this is the right length. The file on the radiograph looks 1 millimeter short from the radiographic apex. Okay? 1 millimeter short from the radiographic apex. Downstairs in the clinic, the story is going to be a little bit different because we're going to use electronic apex locator. But in this case here in the lab, we need to see on the radiograph the tip of the file 1 millimeter away from the radiographic apex. Are you following me? Yes? Okay, so, well, we have established our working length. So what's next? Well, we have all the rest of files, so we are going to continue the instrumentation. So I'm gonna take the ruler, the next file, and I'm gonna set it to 19. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same with the 25. I'm going to adapt the stopper to 19, 30, the same. I'm gonna adapt it to 19, okay? And I'm gonna do the same with the rest of the files. The 40 doesn't have a stopper, maybe use this one. So I set up the 40 to 19 millimeters. So go ahead of time and set all the files to the same length, okay? That's gonna save you time. Now, remember to keep always a gauze, a moisture gauze with you. So now I'm going to start the root canal instrumentation. Our working length in this root canal is 19. So I'm going to go with the 20. Okay, I feel a lot of resistance with this one. So I go left and right and left, apical pressure, out. Right, left, apical pressure, out. And then I start to see, I'm sorry, I cannot get better focus on this camera, but now I can see some degree attached to plastic debris attached to the file. So I'm gonna continue now with the 25, okay? Right and left, apical pressure. I can see how the file is advancing inside the root canal. Right to left, out, right to left, out, right to left, out. Sometimes, now I can see a lot of debris attached in this portion of the file, see? When I start to produce more debris, then it's time to start the irrigation of the root canal. Remember, 1 to 2 millimeters of irrigant in between each file. Okay? 1 to 2. We always want to work with the root canal wet. So you need to keep always, the pulp chamber always needs to stay flooded with solution. In this case, is water. Downstairs in the clinic is sodium chloride. So I go back again with the number 25, right and left, right and left, right and left, out, right and left. As I go advancing, I feel more resistance. Okay, so now I have reached to my reference point. I have reached the lane. So clean the file and use more irrigant. In the clinic, you're gonna use the smaller needles that's gonna go deeper inside the root canal. So now I'm gonna go to the number 30, but because I produce some debris to the number 25, I wanna go back to the, in this case, I'm gonna go back to the 15, and I'm gonna go back all the way to the working lane. It's gonna be free, but what I wanna do, I wanna free any possible debris that has been created, and I don't wanna keep it packed in the apical portion. So I'm gonna free any debris that has been produced and left inside the root canal. So now I'm gonna go back to the next canal, the next file, which is the number 30. I feel a lot of resistance in my left to right apical pressure motion, so it takes me a little bit more effort. But look at my fingers going right, left, right, left, and out. Now I see, I don't know if you can see here, a lot of debris, plastic debris attached to the file. So because there's a lot of debris created, I don't want that debris to stay inside the root canal. So I'm gonna go back with my needle, and I'm going to irrigate the root canal. Okay, always a lot of irrigation. Remember, 1 to 2 millimeters of irrigant in between each file. I'm gonna go back and continue with the number 30 file. Okay, right, left, apical pressure. If you feel like you're going freely inside, you need to go back a little bit. But in this case, it's getting a little bit tighter. So that's why I need to go back a little bit. Go back out, go back inside, go back out. Right? Now, because I have a limited files and time to keep doing this, let's say this is gonna be our master apical file. So now it's time to start the step back. So I'm sure that the rubber stopper goes all the way to the reference point. I double check that the file goes to the working lane properly. Now, because I have created some debris, I'm gonna go back with the number 15 file, right? To lose the debris that could be located inside the root canal, I'm going to irrigate. Always try to remove any debris that has been created through the instrumentation of the root canal. So, and always keep the root canal wet, always, always, always. So now, I'm gonna start let's step back. So my working length is 19, right? So I'm gonna take the 35 to 18 millimeters, and I'm gonna take the number 40 to 17 millimeters, okay? I don't have a 45, so I'm just gonna do the step back with 2 files. So I'm gonna go inside the root canal with the number 35 file, okay? To length, which is 18 in this case, okay? That's 1 millimeter short from my working length. I'm sorry I cannot show you, but I can pass around the block so you can see how the step back is being produced, all right? So clean, go quarter turn right, left, pull out, go back in, right? See, a lot of debris is attached to the file. A lot of debris is attached to the file because it's cutting a lot of plastic in this case. Go back with the number 15 file all the way to working length. Remember, we don't wanna get the root canal blocked with debris. So go all the way to the working length with the 15 and irrigate. Now we are producing a lot of debris inside the root canal, so it's very important to keep it free by the irrigation of the root canal. All right. So 1 to 2 millimeters, and remember, you have the dust. Remember to always clean the fruits from of the file. Okay, always keep it clean the file. Now, because 30 was our master apical file, I'm gonna go and be sure that my master apical file goes to working length. It goes without any problem. So now I'm gonna go with the 40, okay, and I'm gonna take the 40 to 17 millimeters. I feel a lot of resistance with this one. So I go back in again, out, back in, out, because and you can see the debris attached to the file. Because I feel a lot of resistance and I don't wanna push all that debris created apically, I'm gonna go back with the 15 in order to free any debris that has been created inside the root canal, and I'm going to irrigate. This is the best sequence you can do when you clean and check the root canal, because this way you prevent, this way you prevent the root canal from being blocked by denting debris. So I'm gonna go back and work the number 40 file again. And the number 40 is gonna go all the way to 17. Okay? So now I'm giving some taper to this root canal here. That will allow me to have a good root canal preparation. See, there's a lot of debris attached to this file. Clean it. I want to go back with the 15 all the way inside. I feel a little resistance because the 15 is going through the debris that has been created by the number 40. So now it goes to the full length, and now the file feels very free. Go back again and irrigate. And now I'm gonna use the master apical file, which was the 30. So I'm gonna go back inside, number 30, all the way to the working length. Okay, it goes. You won't have any issues if you keep the root canal free of debris, if you always keep the root canal wet, and you constantly irrigate the root canal. So now the root canal is ready to be filled. In this case, I don't know if you can see, but this plastic canals are very easy to transport because it's not the same strength as denting. But because of the motion that we did with we applied with the file, that prevents us from letting the root canal. So I was able to keep the original curvature of this root canal. Why? All because I did a quarter turn motion, right to left, apical pressure, out. Right to left, apical pressure, and out. If you do this, you will have no problem filing the root canal. So go back with a 15 all the way to the working length. I feel a little bit of resistance because I'm creating the debris, irrigate, and now the root canal is ready to be filled. At this moment, once you're sure that the root canal has been shaped, we're going to take the master apical file to working length. Be sure, always be sure the rubber stop reaches the reference point. And at this moment, we are going to take the radiograph, which is the master apical file radiograph. Okay? Now, once we take the master apical file radiograph and we check the pressure cone goes to the working length, which is 1 millimeter away from the radiographic apex, I'm going to select, in this case, I'm going to select a number 30 gutta percha cone. Okay? I have the number 30 gutta percha cone here, and you can see because at the tip of the cone, it's blue. Okay, this is the way you can identify the cones. And I'm going to go and take the gutta percha cone inside. Okay, and remember I told you always grab the cone from your reference point, pull it out, and measure, and be sure it's going to the right length. Okay, if it's going to the right length, that means that we are done. And we have done a good root canal instrumentation. I still feel a little bit of debris here. The problem is that this needle is too thick to go inside. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fill with some water. Okay, so that our pressure from inside. Okay. Now we need to get the spreader. Okay. We're going to take the spreader inside, and we need to be sure the spreader goes at least 1 to 2 millimeters short from the working length. Okay, you can place a rubber stopper if you want to. Just be careful, you don't want to poke your finger. So you can place the stopper there, measure the stopper, and it goes 17 millimeters. That means that this one is going right to the right length. Now, next step, it's the sealer. Okay. As I told you downstairs in the classroom, we have the white and the purple one, paste A and B. Okay, and we don't need that much. We just need a little bit from each one. May I have your spatula, please? Thank you. equal amount of both, okay? And when you get the sealer, try to keep it apart, don't let it be too close, because the polymerization, the setting begins. So let's mix it together. Grab the pressure cone and coat the very tip of the cone only. You don't need to coat the whole cone, okay? So you keep the cone, and you take it inside the root canal all the way in, okay? Do not pump it like this, because if you pump it like this, you're gonna send the sealer outside into the periapical tissue. So just in one motion, take the pressure cone all the way, and remember, always holding the cone from your reference point, okay? So take it inside and be sure that it goes all the way in, all right? Now, I'm gonna take the spreader inside, okay, as far as it goes, and I'm gonna condense the pressure cone with this motion, okay, and I'm condensing towards this front wall here. So I'm condensing like against this wall here. So this is the motion you need to do, making pressure towards the pressure cone and towards the canal wall. Okay. As you do this motion, you're gonna start to feel the spreader is getting looser and looser and looser. So once it's kind of loose, just take it out. And I don't know if you can see the little hole that is right there. Well, it's exactly where you're gonna take the first accessory cone, okay? And you're gonna place it inside, all right? Then you're gonna go and take the spreader exactly at the same spot, and you're gonna condense the first pressure cone, the accessory cone, against the master apical cone. Right now, you see the hole that was left in there by the spreader. You take the next. Can you see the sealer all around there? Can you see it? That's why you don't need that much sealer, because there's always a lot of sealer. But sometimes, if you don't see much sealer, then what you can do, you can add a little bit of sealer, just a little bit at the tip of the accessory cone, and go inside. All right? You're gonna condense it, okay? You're gonna do the lateral compaction against the previous pressure cone. And at this moment, let's take the intermediate radiograph. What is the purpose of the intermediate radiograph? The purpose of the intermediate radiograph is to check that the apical portion of the root canal is well filled, and you don't see any voids here, any holes within the obturation. Forget about this portion. This portion, when we take the intermediate radiograph, we don't care about this portion because we haven't completely filled this portion. Right now, what we have filled is the apical portion, okay? If in the radiograph it looks fine, the obturation material looks 1 millimeter short from the radiographic apex, and we don't see any voids in this area, that means that we are fine, we can continue. At this moment, may I have a torch and a plate number 1? Do you have, any of you have a torch? Or a lighter, any smoker? Can I have the clip number one? Probably this is not working. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
What do you control?
I think we're just supposed to keep them.
So this is clip number one. This one is not working very nice. Can I have another torch? Or it's out of gas, this one. Oh, here you go. Okay, so we're gonna heat it up, okay? You wanna heat it up until it turns red, right?
How do you work it?
Once it turns red, that means it's very, very hot.
Feels like turning that
We are
thing,
going to
the
shake
red
off
thing.
Oh,
the
in the back?
garbage.
This thing. I don't know what he's doing with that. But
With the plotter, we are going to condense this portion
maybe
of
to
the
light it.
garapercha,
While you do.
just a little bit. The root canal orifice with the plotter, okay? And we are going to continue. Now, we are going to fill the middle portion and the coronal portion of the root canal. So right in the middle of the garapercha mass, we're gonna take the spreader, right in the middle, as far as it goes, and we are going to condense again. And there's gonna be a little hole in the garapercha mass. If you wanna add some sealer to this cone, that's fine, otherwise, just take it inside. Take the spreader again, inside, condense, and repeat as many times as you need to until you feel you have filled the middle and coronal portion of the root canal. Normally, probably you're gonna fill the root canal after you have used, I cannot tell you, but 8 to 10 accessory cones, okay? At this moment, when you see that the spreader doesn't go inside the root canal anymore, that you push and it doesn't go anymore, well, here, we are going to take another radiograph, just to be sure that everything's fine. Once we take this radiograph, we can turn off the garapercha and start placing the permanent restoration or the temporary restoration. Okay? Make sense? All right, thank you.